Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Gates channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit like for more daily drama updates and spoilers. Your support truly means a lot and helps our channel grow every day. Now, let's jump straight into today's exciting update. Before the dust has even settled in Fairmont Crest, another devastating storm begins to gather, promising a week filled with heartbreak, shocking revelations, dangerous schemes, and emotional confrontations that will leave no one untouched. Every corner of the community seems to hold another secret waiting to explode, and every family finds itself standing on the edge of a life-changing moment. As emotions run higher than ever, loyalties will be tested, old wounds reopened, and unexpected visitors will blur the line between reality and mystery. From hospital corridors filled with fear to tense family gatherings and dangerous conspiracies unfolding in the shadows, the week of July 13th through July 17th promises an unforgettable chapter in Beyond the Gates, where every decision carries consequences and every heartbeat feels like it could change someone's destiny forever. The drama begins with Bill Hamilton, whose life suddenly hangs by a thread after he is struck by a terrifying medical emergency that sends him racing to Garland Memorial Hospital. The situation quickly spirals into something far more alarming than anyone expects as doctors struggle to understand why Bill's body is reacting in ways that make no medical sense. Their confusion only deepens the growing sense of dread surrounding his condition, leaving loved ones anxiously waiting for answers that refuse to come. Inside the hospital, every passing minute feels painfully slow. Every update carries another wave of uncertainty, and every face in the waiting area reflects the fear that Bill's fight may be far from over. The mystery surrounding his condition casts a heavy shadow over everyone connected to him, turning what should have been a routine medical crisis into something far more unsettling and ominous. When Danny Dupree receives the shocking phone call about Bill's hospitalization, she wastes no time rushing to Garland Memorial, driven by emotions she cannot fully explain. Although Bill is her ex and the man with whom she once crossed serious moral boundaries, her first instinct is simply to make sure he survives. Standing inside the hospital, surrounded by uncertainty and fear, Danny finds herself confronting a flood of memories she thought she had buried long ago. The complicated history they share refuses to stay in the past, and despite everything that has happened between them, seeing Bill fighting for his life forces her to acknowledge feelings she cannot easily dismiss. The emotional weight of the moment settles heavily upon her shoulders, reminding her that relationships are rarely as simple as right or wrong. As the days slowly pass, Danny's emotional burden only becomes heavier. During a heartfelt conversation with her closest friend, Pamela Curtis, she admits that guilt has begun consuming her from the inside. Every thought about Bill's fragile condition brings another wave of painful self-reflection, leaving her questioning whether unresolved emotions are clouding her judgment. She understands how complicated her feelings appear, especially now that she is married to Andre Richardson, yet her concern for Bill refuses to disappear. The conflict inside her heart grows more intense with each passing day, creating a quiet emotional battle between the life she has built and the history she cannot completely escape. It is a deeply human struggle, one filled with regret, compassion, and the realization that some emotional bonds never truly vanish, no matter how much time has passed. While Danny wrestles with guilt and uncertainty, Haley Hamilton experiences no such emotional conflict. Instead of worrying about Bill's condition, Haley remains focused on her own agenda, showing little hesitation as events continue to unfold around her. Shortly after Bill is admitted to the hospital, she offers Thomas Navarro advice that unexpectedly sparks tension with Naomi Hawthorne, creating yet another explosive conflict within an already emotionally charged week. Whatever Haley says sets powerful emotions into motion, proving once again that her words can be just as dangerous as her actions. Relationships begin shifting almost immediately, and what starts as simple advice quickly evolves into a confrontation that leaves everyone questioning Haley's true intentions. Behind closed doors, Haley takes another dangerous step by meeting with Randy Parker to ensure that their current scheme proceeds exactly as planned. The timing of their secret meeting raises immediate suspicions, especially with Bill lying vulnerable in a hospital bed. Their private conversation carries an unmistakable air of secrecy, leaving unsettling questions hanging over everything they discuss. Could they be planning to take advantage of Bill's weakened condition while he is unable to defend himself? As the suspense builds throughout the week, viewers are left wondering whether Bill's greatest danger comes not from his mysterious illness, but from the people quietly plotting behind the scenes. By the time Friday arrives, the simmering hostility finally erupts into a fierce and emotional confrontation as Danny and Haley collide in a clash that promises to unleash every ounce of resentment they have been carrying. Elsewhere in Fairmont Crest, another family finds itself facing unexpected concerns as Nicole Dupree and Ted Richardson turn their attention toward Catherine Kat Richardson. News that Kat has purchased a condominium spreads quickly, but rather than celebrating the milestone, Nicole and Ted are overcome with worry. The decision seems rushed, almost impulsive, leaving both parents questioning whether Kat made such a life-changing commitment for all the wrong reasons. Nicole cannot shake the feeling that something deeper is motivating her daughter's actions, while Ted remains genuinely stunned that such a major purchase happened almost immediately after the idea first surfaced. Buying a home is one of life's biggest decisions, and the speed of Kat's choice leaves them fearing that emotion, not careful judgment, may have guided her every move. Kat's emotional journey becomes even more turbulent as she finds herself locked in a heated confrontation with Chelsea Hamilton. Whatever sparks the disagreement quickly escalates into a full-blown argument, with both women refusing to back down. Strong personalities collide, hidden frustrations rise to the surface, and the atmosphere becomes thick with unresolved tension. Yet even amid the conflict, another side of Kat begins to emerge. Despite everything happening around her, she chooses to perform a heartfelt act of kindness for one of her siblings, reminding everyone that compassion still exists beneath her fiery exterior. Whether this touching gesture is meant for Eva Thomas as their complicated relationship slowly begins to heal, or whether Martin Richardson becomes the recipient of her love and support, remains one of the week's most intriguing emotional mysteries. Meanwhile, one of the strangest moments in Fairmont Crest unfolds when Joey Armstrong experiences something that defies easy explanation. Doug McBride suddenly appears before him, leaving Joey completely stunned as Doug delivers what seem to be his final words. The encounter immediately raises countless unsettling questions. Is Doug truly standing there alive, somehow surviving against all expectations? Has Joey encountered a ghost, an elaborate imposter, or is this simply a vivid dream born from grief and trauma? The mystery surrounding Doug's appearance creates an eerie atmosphere unlike anything else happening this week, leaving both Joey and viewers questioning where reality ends and something far more mysterious begins. Every second of their encounter is filled with suspense, ensuring that this unforgettable moment lingers long after it ends. While Joey struggles to understand what he has witnessed, Deanna McBride quietly sets another dangerous plan into motion. Her sinister scheme against the casino owner begins unfolding piece by piece, revealing that she has no intention of backing away from whatever she's planning. Every calculated move suggests she has spent considerable time preparing for this moment, and anyone standing in her way could soon find themselves caught in the crossfire. The threat grows more serious with each passing day, making it clear that the casino owner should remain extremely cautious. Then, as Friday arrives, another uncomfortable situation unfolds when Vanessa McBride sits down for an awkward dinner alongside Deanna and Joey. Beneath the polite conversation lies an overwhelming current of tension, with every glance, every pause, and every carefully chosen word hinting that far more is happening beneath the surface than anyone is willing to admit. Back at Garland Memorial Hospital, Ted Richardson faces an emotional crossroads of his own during a surprising conversation with Shanice Johnson. At some point during the week, Ted finally admits something deeply personal, though the exact nature of his confession remains uncertain. Perhaps he finally speaks the three little words every woman longs to hear, opening his heart in a moment of vulnerability. Or perhaps his confession runs even deeper, revealing that despite everything that has happened, his feelings for Nicole have never truly disappeared. Whatever truth Ted chooses to reveal has the potential to reshape important relationships, proving that sometimes the hardest battles are not fought with actions, but with honesty. Ted's emotional week does not end there. His already complicated life becomes even more chaotic when his volatile ex, Leslie Thomas, unexpectedly interrupts the precious time he is trying to spend with Eva. Leslie's arrival immediately ignites another fierce confrontation, reopening old wounds and bringing unresolved bitterness crashing back into Ted's life. The encounter quickly transforms into another emotionally charged battle, with neither side willing to surrender ground. As emotions flare and tempers rise, Eva finds herself caught in the middle of lingering conflict that refuses to stay buried. It is yet another reminder that in Fairmont Crest, the past always finds a way to return when people least expect it. As the week draws toward its emotional conclusion, Naomi Hawthorne prepares for one of the most significant moments of her life as she attends an important oncology appointment. Thankfully, she does not have to face the uncertainty alone. Her devoted husband, Jacob Hawthorne, remains firmly by her side, offering unwavering love, strength, and reassurance through every difficult step of the journey. Ever since Naomi courageously revealed her BRCA results, Jacob has made it clear that he will stand beside her no matter what decisions lie ahead. His quiet support becomes a powerful reminder that even during life's darkest moments, genuine love has the strength to provide hope when fear threatens to take over. Yet Naomi understands that her journey affects far more than just herself. Determined to be honest with the people she loves, she shares her BRCA results with her cousins, knowing the news could have profound implications for the entire Dupree family. The revelation sends shockwaves through the family, forcing everyone to confront difficult realities they may never have imagined facing. What begins as one woman's deeply personal health struggle suddenly becomes a family-wide conversation filled with concern, reflection, and uncertainty about the future. As one revelation after another ripples across Fairmont Crest, every family is left standing at a crossroads. Every relationship is tested, and every secret carries the power to change lives forever. By the time the week comes to an end, it becomes painfully clear that nothing in Fairmont Crest will ever feel quite the same again. The emotional aftershocks of Naomi's courageous revelation continue to spread far beyond the walls of the hospital, transforming what began as a deeply personal confession into a defining moment for the entire Dupree family. Around every corner of Fairmont Crest, conversations grow quieter, expressions become heavier, and relatives begin looking at one another through a different lens, realizing that Naomi's diagnosis is not simply her burden to carry. The reality of hereditary risk forces everyone to confront difficult questions they have never wanted to ask, while uncertainty settles over the family like an approaching storm. Even those who try to remain optimistic cannot ignore the fear that now lingers beneath every reassuring smile. Yet amid the anxiety, Naomi's remarkable honesty inspires those closest to her, proving that true courage is often found not in pretending everything is fine, but in facing frightening truths with grace and allowing loved ones to stand beside you through the unknown. Jacob Hawthorne becomes Naomi's greatest source of strength during this emotionally exhausting chapter, refusing to let her feel isolated even for a moment. Every reassuring glance, every comforting embrace, and every promise that they will face the future together reminds Naomi that she does not have to fight this battle alone. His unwavering devotion creates some of the week's most heartfelt moments, offering a welcome contrast to the chaos unfolding elsewhere throughout Fairmont Crest. While fear continues to shadow every medical appointment and every difficult conversation, Jacob's quiet confidence provides a steady foundation beneath Naomi's feet. Their relationship grows even stronger under the pressure, demonstrating that genuine love is measured not by easy days, but by the willingness to remain together when life becomes frighteningly uncertain. Meanwhile, Garland Memorial Hospital remains the emotional center of Fairmont Crest as Bill Hamilton continues his desperate fight for survival. Doctors remain baffled by his mysterious condition, and the lack of clear answers only intensifies the growing panic among everyone gathered outside his room. Every update seems to raise even more questions than it answers, leaving family members trapped in an agonizing cycle of hope and despair. The medical staff work tirelessly, determined to stabilize Bill, despite the unusual way his body continues to respond to treatment. With each passing hour, the atmosphere inside the hospital becomes increasingly tense, as if everyone senses that the truth behind Bill's sudden collapse may be far more complicated than anyone initially imagined. For Danny Dupree, watching Bill's condition remain uncertain becomes an emotional trial unlike anything she expected. She repeatedly finds herself torn between loyalty to the life she has built with Andre Richardson and the lingering compassion she cannot deny for the man who once shared such a complicated chapter of her past. Every visit to the hospital forces her to confront memories she has spent years trying to leave behind, while every setback in Bill's recovery makes her question whether unresolved emotions still influence her heart. Her guilt refuses to disappear, lingering beneath every conversation and every silent moment of reflection. Even when she tries to convince herself that she has moved on, the fragile reality of Bill's condition reminds her that some emotional scars never fully heal, no matter how much time has passed. Those conflicted emotions stand in stark contrast to Haley Hamilton's cold determination as she refuses to allow Bill's medical crisis to distract her from the plans already in motion. Her secret alliance with Randy Parker continues to raise unsettling questions, particularly because their mysterious scheme unfolds at precisely the moment Bill is most vulnerable. Whether coincidence or careful calculation, the timing is impossible to ignore. Every hidden meeting, every whispered conversation, and every suspicious decision deepens the sense that something far more dangerous may be unfolding beneath the surface. If Bill's mysterious illness is only part of the story, then Haley and Randy may be holding secrets capable of changing everything. The inevitable collision between Danny and Haley builds steadily throughout the week until emotions can no longer be contained. Their confrontation erupts with years of resentment, jealousy, betrayal, and unresolved bitterness exploding into the open all at once. Neither woman is willing to retreat, and every accusation cuts deeper than the last as long-suppressed emotions finally find their voice. The intensity of their clash reflects far more than Bill's hospitalization. It becomes a battle over old wounds, broken trust, and the painful consequences of choices that continue to haunt both of their lives. As tempers flare, those caught nearby quickly realize this is no ordinary disagreement, but an emotional reckoning that has been building for far too long. Elsewhere, concern continues to surround Kat Richardson's impulsive condominium purchase, leaving Nicole Dupree and Ted Richardson searching desperately for answers. Neither parent can shake the uneasy feeling that Kat is trying to solve an emotional problem with a life-changing financial decision. Their concern is fueled not only by the speed of the purchase, but also by the possibility that Kat may be struggling with feelings she has not fully shared. Every attempt to understand her motivations reveals just how difficult it has become for the family to communicate openly with one another. Beneath their worry lies unconditional love, but even love cannot erase the fear that someone they care about may be making choices that could have lasting consequences. Kat herself refuses to back down when tensions with Chelsea Hamilton finally boil over. Their disagreement quickly escalates into an emotionally charged confrontation, exposing frustrations that neither woman has been able to keep hidden any longer. Pride, hurt feelings, and conflicting perspectives collide as both fight to defend their positions, creating another unforgettable moment of drama inside Fairmont Crest. Yet despite the conflict, Kat's compassionate side refuses to disappear. Her thoughtful gesture toward one of her siblings serves as a touching reminder that family bonds can survive even the fiercest disagreements. Whether that kindness helps repair her complicated relationship with Eva Thomas or strengthens her connection with Martin Richardson, it reveals that beneath Kat's stubborn exterior still beats a deeply caring heart. One of the week's greatest mysteries continues to surround Joey Armstrong and his astonishing encounter with Doug McBride. The haunting image of Doug delivering what appeared to be his final words refuses to leave Joey's mind, leaving him questioning everything he thought he understood about reality. Was it truly Doug standing before him, somehow alive against all odds? Or was it something far more supernatural? Could grief have created an illusion so convincing that Joey simply believed what he desperately wanted to see? Or does an even larger secret remain hidden, waiting to emerge when everyone least expects it? The unanswered questions create an eerie layer of suspense that lingers over every subsequent scene, ensuring that viewers remain captivated by the mystery. At the same time, Deanna McBride quietly advances her dangerous agenda with remarkable patience and precision. Her scheme targeting the casino owner begins taking shape one calculated step at a time, revealing a woman who has carefully planned every move well in advance. There is nothing impulsive about her actions. Every decision appears deliberate, every conversation carefully orchestrated to move her closer to her ultimate objective. Those unaware of her intentions continue living as though everything is normal, never realizing how close they may be to becoming victims of her manipulation. As the suspense intensifies, the looming threat grows impossible to ignore, proving that some of the greatest dangers are the ones hidden behind calm smiles and carefully chosen words. The uncomfortable dinner shared by Vanessa McBride, Deanna, and Joey becomes the perfect stage for simmering tension to reveal itself without a single explosive outburst. Every exchange feels carefully measured, every silence strangely loud, and every glance carries meaning that words fail to express. Beneath the polite conversation lies an unmistakable atmosphere of distrust, suspicion, and hidden agendas. No one at the table appears completely relaxed, and the emotional discomfort grows with every passing moment. What should have been an ordinary meal instead becomes a psychological battle where everyone seems to know more than they are willing to admit. As Ted Richardson continues navigating one emotional challenge after another, his surprising confession to Shanice Johnson promises to reshape important relationships moving forward. Whether his admission centers on love, regret, or feelings he has struggled to suppress, it represents a rare moment of vulnerability from a man accustomed to carrying enormous emotional burdens in silence. At the same time, Leslie Thomas once again disrupts his life by confronting him during his time with Ava, proving that old conflicts remain far from resolved. Their heated clash reopens painful wounds and reminds everyone that unfinished business has a way of resurfacing when emotions are already stretched to their limits. With every relationship facing new challenges and every family carrying fresh uncertainty, Fairmont Crest closes the week standing on the edge of even greater upheaval, leaving viewers eager to discover which secrets will finally come to light and whose lives will be changed forever.